What's good with the YouTube? This is Big Flacco with a convict's perspective, and I'm smashing, dashing, sliding on through with a little bit of energy, man. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all the things to help support the channel. So check this out, man. I got the individual, the homie Shadowback on the channel, and he wants to address, his the victim that he's going to court's wife, as far as in this video we're going to drop right now. And like I said, I give people a free platform to say what they want to say. As long as he's not disrespectful towards her, I have no problem with him just saying what he needs to say. And I'm going to let him speak because this is not really my business, but it's on my platform. So the only one that can tell this is him. So how you doing? How you doing, brother?
Well, I'm good, man. I appreciate the time that you give me today to allow me to give me this opportunity to tell my story, man. And, like I left off, man, I try to give everybody the best advice that I can for those young guys, for those young homies out there that are struggling. But at the end of the day, man, there's been comments that's been said towards me about the issue that I did or the homicide that I did in Folsom Prison. Now, as far as, to my victim's wife, my condolences to you. I have no disrespect towards you. I understand that you're someone looking from outside in, and I'll be more than happy to let you know the situation that occurred that caused your husband's death. I don't want to bring any more pain to you, but I feel that the truth is, I think you deserve that much. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start off by saying, hey, I apologize for doing it, but it's part of what it is, and it's life in prison behind these four walls. And your husband, I know him from another spot, and I backed him up a few times in certain situations, and I had his back.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
He got at me. He expressed that he fucking with homosexuals. So I addressed it. I said, all right, homie, I don't condone that. That's not my lifestyle, but I respect you if you do what you do. So he felt some sort of way about the situation, and he didn't like that I pushed away from him doing his thing. And I'm a lifer, I don't condone it. That's not my thing. So he got upset, and he started trying to throw little slugs, and then started disrespecting and saying little comments towards me. And one day in group, when I hit him, he threatened. So from there, I let him know. I said, look, bro, I don't know who you think you're talking to or where you're trying to go with this. I said, but I'm going to give you the opportunity, homie, to walk away and go another direction, bro, because I'm not going to give you a second chance. So he was like, nah, homie, started disrespecting, started talking crazy out of the side of his neck. Didn't disrespect him. I didn't disrespect his family. I don't do the whooping. I said, all right, cool. When I get an opportunity and when you get your opportunity, we're going to meet up and we're going to handle our shit. So me and him were fully aware of what's going to take place. He was assuming that I was not going to do it because I knew him from other spots and we had a little history as being camaradas at home. So he thought I was going to let my friendship, apply to what was going on. I put that to the side. He took, as a grown ass man, he should realize, hey, I'm not gonna put myself out there to get myself in a situation where I can't handle. Unfortunately, he did. That's not my fault. I'm not his daddy. I'm not his brother. I'm not no one fool to do correct him. If he chooses to put himself out and disrespect another man, he's gonna get handled. I'm not here to play with you. I'm not here to walk you to the park. So when he disrespected, I told him, all right, well, I'll catch you when I catch you. He knew this already. He was well aware. So if I'm going to go through a common contradiction, which this person commented said the CEO set it up, which they didn't, because they weren't fully aware of it. So when that day came, 4 months later, right, 2020, April 21st, we were going together, he came in front of me, I did my shit, I cleaned out my shit, sales went away, I ran up to him, and still tried to protect him. So when he tried to protect him, I stabbed the CEO in the arm, in the process. So when he realized I had a knife, the CEO backed up. Because he wasn't aware that it happened either. They weren't aware that I was going to do this. And then that's when I attacked Williams. I hit him 2 times, he fell to the ground. I threw the knife at him, I pulled out another knife, and I chased another inmate that was disrespecting me at the same time. It was a kamikaze mission. So when people in here, these individuals in prison, choose to put themselves in a predicament that is life and death situation because you don't know how to close your mouth, you don't know how to put that hole between your nose and your chin, and use your 2 years to listen. And for me, he had all the bloodshot to know better not to disrespect another man in prison, especially doing multiple life sentences. I'm real humble. I'm real respectful. I'm not trying to push it. I'm not pushing this to be aggressive. I'm not trying to push this message to be, threatening or nothing like that. I just want people to understand that when you put other people in situations, they're going to react. You know what I'm saying? So, that's our order. Use the brain. Don't put yourself out there knowing you're going to put yourself out there in a situation, knowing you're going to go home in a year. And the rapper, after he signed for that money that he got for the lawsuit, for getting stabbed and running his mouth the last time from a homie, right? He's trying to offer me 7 G's. He's trying to offer me the 7 G's thinking that money's going to be my number one priority. No, senor. It don't work that way in this camp. I get with the program. The program that he was trying to get with me wasn't on the same level. He's inside. You know what I mean? I feel sorry for his kids and his wife that got to suffer through over his wrong decision making in here. You get yourself in here, you got to learn how to get yourself out of this place. By doing that, you got to use the brain. But unfortunately, a lot of us, a lot of people that are in here still don't use their brain. And that's why I tried to get him a quebrada the first time, but he kept continuing to run his mouth. So you're forcing another man to do something that it's going to be a serious, situation. This is no game. Like, we're not sitting here playing fucking patty cake and hopscotch and, playing fucking tic-tac-toe. No. We're in a really serious environment with really violent people, but we're very humble, very peaceful, very respectful to people until you cross that line. So the CO never set this thing up. For one, I don't need them to do that because I do kamikaze missions all day if I want to. So I don't need no one to say, "Hey, we're going to assist you." I assist myself. I need help. I help myself. Straight up.
I got a question for you.
So yeah.
What did he offer you 7 G's for? What was that about?
Well, he knew where my mind was set at already because I stopped communicating with him. I just cut him off with all communication just because he started disrespecting. And when he signed that, I heard about it, and I didn't really care because money's really not an option to like a priority to me. I hustle, I get my own money, but he's trying to offer 7 G's to bribe me to squash all the issues for all the wrongs that he created. And he thought money was going to win me over because a lot of people would look the other way if you just pay them off. I'm not about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my morals and the way I see things and my conduct is never going to change for a couple of dollars. I'm going to still stick to the script and what I believe in, what is right, because I know consciously he never did nothing wrong to that man. In his conscience, he knew he did something wrong to me. That's why he offered the money, thinking that's going to clean up all the shit that he said and did behind that door where he was in the hole, and he thought I couldn't get to him. It's sad because it's like, damn, bro, you're going home in 8 years, and you got all that money, and you think money's going to change me because it's changing you, and the way you're changing, that don't work that way. Don't fly that way. You can't just pay me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Interesting.
And that's why he offered that money, so he could just have everything, swept under the rug for all the wrongs that he did by disrespecting another man in prison.
This is the first, man. We've never ever had someone ever come on this platform and address the family of their victim, man.
Yeah, and again, I really want to express my condolences to her and the kids because it's unfortunate they got to suffer through it. And I'm not enough to say, hey, I'm sorry for what I did because you got to suffer through this. You know, I wasn't aware that he had a wife. I wasn't aware he had kids because he was, I mean, sucked a dick in the cell with another homosexual. So me, I didn't know he had kids and wives and all that. You know, that wasn't talked about when he was over here disrespecting. You know what I'm saying?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And I like I said, man, I truly feel bad, man. Like, man, I feel for them because they got to suffer through that. You know what I mean? And I apologize to them, but unfortunately, you know, this is what it is in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he won a lawsuit, you said?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Give me a call back, brother. Okay, we're rolling, bro. We're rolling, man. Keep on going. I know you were addressing the
Okay, yeah. You said that your question was that yeah, he just won a lawsuit. Why did he win the lawsuit?
yeah.
Well, he was in another prison. He was in another prison, and he disrespected a couple other cats. And the homie that I know, Bandit, little homie, he ended up stabbing them, similar to what I did. But the little homie didn't know really how to use a weapon and or to stab somebody and all that. So he was just swinging a piece of metal at this dude. But he ended up stabbing Munoz, right? And that's the reason why he sued, because during escort he got assaulted, and he blamed it on the custody, and that it was their fault that they didn't protect him, or et cetera, et cetera. That's why he ended up getting paid out. But it was the same situation that occurred with me. He disrespected me, but this time he ain't gonna be able to do another lawsuit because, you know, this is his last time. So disrespecting another person. So he's been through this with another individual disrespecting, running his mouth, and, you know, just being just obnoxious and loud and disrespectful, and feel like he thought he couldn't be touched. So the little homie ended up touching him for the same, stabbing him for the same situation, and, you know, he ended up coming to another spot thinking he's going to repeat the, you know, repeat the same process, and he disrespecting people, man. He disrespected the wrong person, and, you know, I was the one that put the nail to his coffin.
Man, bro. So you guys were previously cool, you said, though.
Monday?
You guys were both previously like cool with each other though before this, right?
Yeah, we were cool. Yeah, he got into it with some other dudes on the yard. Me and my homeboys, we ran up, we backed them up, made sure they were tackled. He got down, and that was it. You know, he got down with a couple dudes, but to me, it was just like, that's why I even told him, I said, homies, when it was time for us to step up to the plate, you know, nobody did, but me and my homeboys, we went up there, you know, not obligated to do it, but we did it just because you're Raza and another Raza was going to try to do you dirty. So why are you over here tripping on me knowing I stepped up to the plate for you when no one else did? You know what I mean? And I didn't know you were fucking around and none of that. I just knew that you're Raza, and I knew about you beforehand that you turned that way, and that's why me and my brother, we backed you up. You know what I mean? So, and I told him that. He was like, nah, man, I didn't know that, bro. I was too busy playing. I said, yeah, if you would have looked around, you would have seen all my homeboys right there, and that's the reason why the other crew didn't come in and stab you. And he was just like, oh, that I didn't know that. I said, yeah, we were posted right there with straps, waiting for these fools to jump on you. You were just getting down on a one-on-one. So we didn't trip on that. You know what I mean? A head up fighting is like, go ahead and handle your business. But if anybody else gets involved, we were all strapped with knives ready to go to war for you, and you didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, man, I didn't see that. I was like, all right, well, you didn't see that, then it never happened. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I left it like that, you know what I mean?
You know, the other comment that I seen was someone said that one person said you were a writer, and then another person said you were a 2-5er, believe it or not. You're not affiliated, huh?
No. I am not affiliated.
Yeah. Okay, most definitely. That's what I thought.
They say what they want, you know. Yeah, I'm not affiliated. Yeah, they can assume or whatever, and they tweet this on. Homie, I really don't care. You know what I mean? And you know, to their you know, have a right to their own opinion. And for me, man, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If you want to step in my lane, bro, you know what time it is. I'll do with the program. Hopefully, you be ready for that too.
Most definitely. You know, there's kind of a message to this video though, bro. It's you know what I'm saying? People got to realize, man, that their actions affect others at times. You know what I mean? As far as with you know,
Exactly.
you know, his actions, he put himself in a predicament. You know what I mean? You know, to where certain acts would have to happen. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I mean? You know, it's unfortunate any time of life is taken. I don't try to promote or advocate for violence, but I understand it though, man. That's the only, see, what people fail to realize is prison's all about respect. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, that's all they have, because that's your home. You know what I mean? Like, other people, they get to go home every day after work. You know what I'm saying? You know, whereas this has become where you live. This has became where your household. And in there, man, the only thing you do have is respect from others. And if you allow anybody to disrespect you without any type of course of action, you know what I'm saying? We already know what time it is with that feeling, man. So, you know, for the youngsters out there, this is a prime example of where your life could lead if you decide to keep on doing what they're doing out there in the streets. You have kids, right?
Right, I do.
So, you know, okay.
And a lot of things that I preach to my kids and to these youngsters, man. You know, when you're out there, man, and you don't have like that mindset to say, hey, man, I want to change. I want something different for the life that I'm living right now, because I'm so caught up and it looks so fun. I'm making money, living a fast life. I got, you know, rods here, out there. I'm making quick money. That's only for a short period of time. That's never going to last forever. And that's why I tell people, man, okay, you're tough with a gun out there, bro. It's different when you come to prison and you got to pick up a knife and you got to go to hand-to-hand combat. I got incel violence where I butchered these dudes, sliced the throat open. Dude named Spexon Corona. I sliced his whole neck open, cut him open. I mean, I did a number on him, and I got pictures to show it. I got all my paperwork. Anything I speak on, I got paperwork to prove it, time, date, name, who, everything. So, you know, these youngsters out there, they think, oh, I'll pick up a gun. Yeah, you can pick up a gun, but when you come to prison, it's a whole different life. You got to know how to use a knife.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
To the situation where it's a life and death situation, whether it's in the cell or on the yard, and you got to pick up a knife, and you can't shoot this person. You got to fight your way up to make it to another day, to another sunny day. You got to get through that storm. It's like it's mind changing and it's emotionally life changing, because when you go and you experience a hand-to-hand combat, one, you can come out either one traumatized, you never want to do this life again and never live it, and you want to run forever, or you're gonna, you know, tie up your boots, lace them up real tight, tie up your shorts, bend your hat backwards, put your locs on, and go to war. You know, and these youngsters don't realize the difference of this life from the streets to prison. Prison is way more violent than the streets.
Yeah, there's nowhere to run, man. Eventually.
And hurt people. In prison, you can't run.
No.
You can't get away. You can't escape. You know what I'm saying? You're stuck in here. So that makes a lot of decision making a lot slower and a lot clearer, because in the streets, you're quick to pick up a gun, shoot, and then take off. In prison, you do something to disrespect this person, you got to go address it. You got to pick up a knife and go address it.
Most definitely, man.
You know what I'm saying? Two different lives. So these youngsters, man, that think you want to live this life for forever or for however long you think you daydreaming and you this make believe life that you're gonna live, when reality sits and it's all over that ball, please don't freeze up, because I'm able to get this platform right now to reach you youngsters and give you advice, because the life that I'm living right now, I'm giving all you youngsters the advice that this ain't what it seems. It's not all peachy. And when you're getting put in a situation where you gotta be that person, I hope you step up and meet up to the bar of the life that you think you can live.
Have you ever been in a situation where like it became overwhelming for you in prison?
Can you repeat that, please?
Have you ever been in a situation where like the it got so dangerous it became overwhelming?
I've actually put myself in a position where I gotta get to that point. In Curve Valley, I shot up with this dude that was screaming out the door, disrespecting. He was healthy, special Corona. His last name was Ortiz. He was disrespecting out the door. He called me all the names in the book. He thought I was this nobody. So I'm real quiet, not disrespecting. Don't respond to it. I tell him, all right, don't trip. I'm gonna send you the paper for you to sign so that me and you can set up and live together. So when he signed it, he thought I wasn't going to go in there. Well, lo and behold, I'm going in there. Big boy, he thought he was going to beat me up. He thought he was going to, do whatever was in his mind. I don't know. And I really didn't care. So I go in there. I can cut first. He uncuffs. He goes sit on the bunk. I go board up. When the COs walk off from the door, I tell him, get up, let's go. He gets up. He tries to rush me. I hit him in the chin. All you heard was a cracking sound from his jaw breaking. When he falls to the floor, I had a blade. All I had was one blade. One single razor. From there, I just lifted up his head, started going from one ear to the other, slicing his throat open. Then I sliced his face open. Then I sliced, he had a tattoo on his head, I sliced that open. Then his blood was getting so thick on my hand instead of it's getting so wet.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That his face slipped out of my hand because I was holding his head. I was holding his head up by his chin that I knocked him out. So when his face hit the floor, I looked at his back. He had Ortiz spelled on his back. So I said, well, I might as well pull a Picasso and start carving his back open. So I ended up slicing his name in half. I ended up slicing his back from the right top of his shoulder all the way to his left cheek, right where the box is at. I sliced it all open, and that's why I stopped. And then I continued to slice his back open. I sliced his whole head open, and I put myself in the position thinking, okay, I'm gonna either one die or I'm gonna kill this dude. So me knowing that I'm gonna get myself in this situation, I was prepared for it. Mentally, emotionally, I was calm, I was collected, I wasn't nervous because I was prepared for it. I was ready for it. I accepted it. A lot of these youngsters, man, that are out there, you think you're prepared for it. You think you're willing to accept that moment when it comes to you in life. Or it's going to be either life or death. You're not. You're really not.
Yeah.
And to do a hand-to-hand combat, it's a whole different. I'm talking about this dude was at least 230 pounds. A big, solid dude. 6'2". He's not small. And I got the pictures of it. And I mean, I have everything. I have pictures of him sliced open, his whole throat. I have all that. So I put myself in a cell with another convict, with another killer, with another man, knowing that I can either lose this war or I can win the war. My whole objective, I'm not trying to win the battle, I'm trying to win the war.
Excellent story, man.
But
Appreciate your. Okay, I was going to close this out, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you're good.
I was going to close this out. I think this was a perfect story. I think you have a perfect message for the kids out there, man. I appreciate your time. This is Shadow, man. Good dude, man. This is the first time we've ever had someone acknowledge, a victim's family member. So I don't know what type of response we're going to get, but I'm going to post this tonight, bro.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.